Morning guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. Excuse the sound, you guys have been blown out the last few days. I'm still waiting for my mic, my Bluetooth mic to come for the phone. And I've also got one of the things to track my face, but I got some help to kind of play with that. And we'll figure it out. Now this is Zumi. Let me make sure my camera's going. Yes, it is. All right, so Zumi is about 12-month-old, 14-month-old Malinois. Been stuck at home the whole time. She's been a recluse with 2 or 3 people that have gotten to be her family, and that's all exposure she's had. So her head is not in the right place. It's kind of frantic all over the place, but I'm out here, so I've got no stimulation. It's a dead area. She's now not trying to eat me, so we've gotten through that stage. She's now bonded to me. I didn't feed her last night. I want her hungry. I'm gonna start doing that, probably feeding her in the morning after we eat, after we work, so that the next morning she's real hungry. So we're gonna change her feed pattern and make her more hungry. Now, there's all kinds of tricks to do that. We have to have the draw with the food. If we don't, the dog's not gonna go over the food and I can't do what I need to do with her, right? But her mind, where her state of mind is at, is still frantic. She's upset because she's away from home and it's not a secure spot. And you hear it all the time, how dogs that are reactive and going crazy, that they're not in a happy place. Well, it's true, because their mind is not balanced, right? They don't understand the basics of where their mind is at. It's more of a instinctive drives, and the dog is not happy with that. It's a very chaotic place to be, right? She's still in that chaotic state. So what we've got to do is we've got to give her consistency with pattern and routine that she can draw strength from and use that to start to build on it. So every morning now we're going to come out, we're going to start doing this, get my little thing, and we're going to be in this quiet area until I get enough behaviors and get her brain to kind of settle down and get her head to be in the right place, right? You always hear me talk about where's the dog's head at in the work. Well, what I'm talking about is their emotional states of mind. And I've changed that because there was a trainer that's an ethologist that came out. She's a professor of ethology, and Carolina Westland, I do believe is her name. She does a great job with her online offerings, and when she's coming at things, she's coming at a purely positive concept, and she's not belittling the opposite, but that's not the world that she lives in. She lives in the science. And so she's doing a lot of the touching of all these subjects, and she's coined what I call drive. And when you hear me talk about where's the dog's head at in the work, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about exactly what she's honed in on. She's changed the words to really hone in and get a lot more centered on really what we're talking about. What is that? A dog's emotional state of mind. Where's their head at emotionally? Because that's what drives a dog in everything they do. If they're chasing after game, where's that emotion? They're chasing after prey. If they're insecure and afraid, look at that. Where's that dog's emotional state of mind? So it's important, and I always talk about this in my layman's terms, not being scientific. I come at it and I say, where's the dog's head at in the work? I talk about pattern and routine. It's very important to be able to understand that you are the one that needs to learn how to read your animal, be able to see their body language, and be able to understand how to manipulate drive states, or, as Carolina would say, emotional states of mind. That's all you're doing when you're training a dog. You have to be aware of that, and you have to understand how to manipulate it, how to get it to go high and how to get it to go low. So you hear us when we're talking about our voice tone. Dogs communicate in a very distinct way. They don't have verbiage, right? They read the body language, and they can see their counterparts within their pack, and they see that body language, and it's very minute. Tail set, hackles on the back, everything. They read it like a hawk. That is the world that they live in, just as much as the world that they live in is their nose. You hear Cesar Millan talking about nose, ears, and eyes. That's very true, because this is what drives the dog. That nose is probably paramount above everything, but also sound stimulation, right? Excitement. Yeah, good dog, good. She has nothing to correlate it right now, so she kind of looked at me and went, ah. So we've got to give her pattern and routine that start to be able to get her to understand, and then slowly manipulate this dog's mental state of mind in the way that we want, so they can get better, and their mind becomes balance, because with the balance becomes security and confidence and all the things that we give a dog that is going to give us what we need. Strength is something I talk about all the time. What am I talking about? Talking about mental strength is exactly what I'm talking about. But we take it on in agility, because that gives the dog the confidence that we need. Notice she has no clue. Yes, so we're going to start introducing all the basics to her. You're going to see me working her probably 2 to 3 mornings in a row. It might get a little boring because we're going to be doing the same thing again and again. Right now, all I'm doing is classically conditioning her with classic, which is my clicker sound. In the beginning, the sound means nothing, right? She hears it and she doesn't have any clue what that sound means. But as we go along, we're going to ask behavior. She wants the food, that's a good thing. And then when she gives us the behavior, we're going to click, and then right away I'm going to release my hand. Notice I've got a couple, 2 or 3 pieces of food in here. For anybody that's been doing this for any length of time, this stuff is boring. We talk about it a million times, 1,000 million times, right? If I go to a seminar, a lot of times the person giving the seminar will talk about classical conditioning. Everybody explains it a little different. They may give different examples. I see some trainers that I look at them and say, they're talking about the basics when they're doing bite work. But boy, I tell you what, law enforcement raves about a few of these decoys. And I don't see anything special, but I'll go to a seminar or two maybe one of these days and get to be around them, and maybe I'll find myself thinking the same thing. Now, I'm not belittling these trainers. I have some respect for them because they are getting that audience. All I'm trying to do right now is flood her, is what you call it. She has no clue. Notice how she doesn't want to get up on this. Watch how many of the behaviors she doesn't know. And then what I'm trying to do is 2 and 2 always adds up to 4. So as soon as she does the right thing, she'll get a click into the food. As time goes along, it's locked. She wants it, she wants it, she don't get it. She's going to look for a way. I may help her. I may pull her up here. Good. Yep, good. Now, could I have done it the other way, which is just wait for her to figure it out? Yeah, I could. I could be out here all day. I could do the standard. I'm trying to do a brain blank right now. It's about 7 in the morning, so I'm half awake. There it is. And all it took was me one time putting her up on the table, right? That's how fast a dog learns. Now, could have I done it the other way and just waited for her to do it on her own and figure it out on her own? Sure, I could. And then I would be here all day long if I did that. And I'm trying to think of the method in that. There's a name for it. And I'm doing a brain blank. You get a lot more of those as you get older, those brain blanks. Notice I've got a piece of food. I may even go to 2 or 3. The reason I put more food in my hand is I want more of a draw. So now that scent pool in my hand is a lot more. Now I only let 2. I had 5 pieces in there. I let 2 or 3 go. And now I've got a couple more to reaffirm it, right? Patterns of 2s and 3s with everything I do. Yep. Good girl, good, yeah. Good girl, good, yeah. Good girl. Voice tone. All right? Good girl. Remember, she doesn't have a clue what this stuff means. But as I hit it, and you hear me hitting that voice tone, every time it's the same thing. 2 and 2 always adds up to 4. Then she starts looking for, oh, I must be doing the right thing. I must do because I'm using my voice like an instrument. High pitch is gas, meaning stimulation, exuberance, excitement. Yep, good girl, good, yeah, good girl, good. Okay, the other side is the chastised tone or a correction tone. Nope, good, good. She has no clue what good means. She has no idea what the clicker means. This is all her first session. So we're gonna do about 3 days at home. Let this wound have a chance to heal. Now I've got something going in my favor. Very smart and intelligent animal. You do things the right way, they pick up very, very fast. Good girl, good. Good girl, Zumi. Good, Zumi. Yep, good girl. Dog's name, preparatory to a command, or the explosion is the first way to start conveying that thought to the dog. Dog's name means something's coming. So we do a lot of that. The dog figures it out. I just started a weekend class on Saturday mornings. I've got 6, 8 people in there, nothing big. And I've been talking to them about a lot of other subjects, but I'm going to be feeding them this because this is really the start, the nucleus of everything they're going to do, which is click, treat, and motivation with food, more so than the correction. But I have to teach them the mechanics of handling the leash, having motor movements. Good, good. Nope. If you pay attention, she's learning all this right now on the fly. She's not stupid. Good. Right between the legs. Good. Nope. And notice the good is almost right on top of her. I'm not doing any separation of time or me coming all the way into her, which is what it's going to be. Good means you do what you're doing the right thing, keep it up. Stay where you're at. But these first 3, you're watching a dog that doesn't have a clue about any of it, so it's a great example for me to show you how fast a dog can learn the basics of no, good, and yes. Good girl, good, Zumi. Good. Nope, nope. Also the no marker, it's in there right away. And in the beginning, all we're doing is we're robbing them of food. She doesn't get what she wants. I say no, and she starts figuring out these patterns, right? Now, this is an acquired skill with a lot of practice. I make it look somewhat easy, but if you guys do this and think about no, good, and yes. Good girl, Zumi. Good, Zumi. Yep, good girl, good. After a while, she's going to know Zumi's coming, and she's going to anticipate that explosion. That's the first spot that I've taught her, in a nutshell, that something is coming. Watch how I do all this and start thinking about how I'm tying it together with the basics of her understanding and giving her a communication baseboard to go on. Right when she sat, I clicked and I gave her the food. I have the same pattern of movement up in the air. Why? I want the dog looking up. Click, and then the food comes to her. Each one of these things are designed to convey a thought to the dog on what this stuff means, because she has no clue. So you want to be consistent. You want to keep doing it. Luring. She's following my hand. She's getting what she wants. She's learning from this stuff. She has no clue before this. Good. Nope. Nope. Good. See, I did it. Silence and no reward until she did the right thing. Good. That pause is one of the most important things that I'm going to instill. Good. So she learns to wait. Something's coming. That pause is going to teach it to her. Good, Zumi. Good, Zumi. Yep, good, good, good. See how many places that little pause is? I'm showing her to pay attention. Pay attention. Watch. Listen. Something's coming. What is it going to be? As pattern and routine sets in, we have consistency in the patterns that we're doing. Look what I'm doing. Food's in my hand. There you go. Good. And each time, 2 and 2 always adds up to 4. It's always the same answer when she gives me the behavior I want. Good. Listen to my voice tone. It floats. Good. Why do I do that? Because I'm showing her in a nutshell that this voice matters. The voice means different things. When you're doing the right thing, it goes to a high pitch. We go into drive. When you're doing the down, good. It's calm. It's relaxed. It floats. Good. Okay, and we're denoting what good means. Good means the food's coming to you. Just stay there. It's going to go right between your legs. It's the first place that we really start conveying the thought of what good means. Good means you're doing the right thing. Keep it up. Good. Good. Notice my distraction, the 3 Ds. We've talked about, nope, nope. She has no clue. Good. What is going to give her the clue? What's going to convey the thoughts to her that I'm trying to teach her? Consistency and pattern. Good. Patterns of 2s and 3s for everything we do. We don't just do good 1 or 2. We do 2 or 3. And then we bounce away from it and move around, do some other stuff, come back to the same thing we're trying to convey to the dog. Good. Remember, good. This dog has no clue, but she's a great example of this, and I can teach it to you real quick when you've got a smart dog, because she's going to do everything in the right way. Good. Because she is so intelligent, she's going to pick it up quick. 2 or 3 days of this with a concerted effort of teaching her no, good, and yes. That's where it all starts. Good. Nope, nope. Good. Good. If she would have went for that food, I'd tipped food, I would have corrected her, put her back up on the table, and not let her have it. Everything has to add up to the same consistent rules. 2 and 2 always has to add up to 4. Good, which means when you do this, this is what happens, especially in the beginning, because we're trying to get these things locked in of what no good and yes mean, and then we grow them. We grow them as we go along. Good. We put more challenges on them that the dog has to comply and pay attention. Good. To what we're trying to teach them. Nope, nope. Good. Notice all I'm doing is saying no, and my attitude says that there's a correction there. Nope. Good. So we have to create some want for this food. If she wasn't hungry, nope. Her mental attitude would take her away from it. Her emotional states of mind are in a frantic place, right? So that's why it's always good to start in a neutral lab. This is a neutral lab. There's nothing going on. Good. No sounds, no outside distractions, nothing. Good. It's almost like a Skinner lab. It's a neutral lab, right? Good. Now back to the dog's name and then an explosion. Nope, nope, nope. Good. Notice what I'm doing here. What's going to make it work? Consistency and pattern as I come back to the same rules. That 2 and 2 always adds up to 4. Good. Good, Zumi. Good, Zumi. Yep, good, good, good. There you go, good girl. And we'll come back to this a couple times today, and then we'll work tomorrow, and that's 2 or 3 days doing this. She's going to pick up on no, good, and yes. That's our first goal. And classical conditioning, teaching her and pairing the sound means the reward's coming, okay? Notice her looking up at my hand. It gets my head where I want it. She's looking up, she's excited. After a while, she's going to anticipate what's going to happen before it happens. That is the consistency and pattern and routine, right? When that hand goes up, right away she's watching it. Click, then food. And there's a time level that I'm playing on. 1001, 1002, whatever it may be consistent with your time level in the beginning. So she starts anticipating it. And when she starts anticipating, what does that mean? That's the first sign she's understanding. And then I need to break pattern a little bit and get her to wait longer, etc. So that, good. Nope. Nope. Good. And all I'm doing, I'm not even giving her correction on the leash. I'm just saying no, stepping back into her with social pressure, waiting for her behavior, good, and trying to pick up the same pattern that I'm working on, right? Good, Zumi. Good, good, good. 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 Now she's anticipating the good coming to her, so she's waiting even when I'm giving her some distraction. Good. The 3 Ds, right? Distraction, distance, duration. Good, which is everything's real tight right now. There's hardly any. Nope. Good. Zumi. Good. Zumi. Yep. Good girl. Good. Yay. Good girl. And voice tone, right? I'm going to give her consistency in that voice tone. When she does the right thing, I get excited. Okay? She does the right thing with behavior. She gets her food. She's going to start working harder and harder to get what she wants, which is food. Pattern and routine sets in. Session after session. Doesn't have to be long. We're going to be out here about 10 minutes. Break, go do something else. Come back to it a little later and work her 2 or 3 times with the same kind of a pattern. Zumi. Good girl. Good. Zumi. Yep. Good girl. Good. There you go. If something's coming, right? Very important. So this is your first thing. No, good, and yes. Zumi. Come on. Good girl. Good. Yay. Good girl. Good. Listen to my voice tone. Nope. Good girl. Good. Everything has a reason, right? Good girl. Good. All right. Good girl. Now, I think she likes balls, so let's find out. And then I'm going to break. I'm going to let her have some balls. So as we go along, another thing that we haven't talked about this morning is engagement. Engagement's very important. Yeah, get it, good girl, yay, good girl, Zumi. And she dropped it, and she's off to something else. She hears dogs barking in the background. Not too worried about it. I know she likes the ball. I was playing ball with her the other day. All right, Zim, we're done. All right, all these things that are going to mean something. When I say done later on, I'm going to say done. I'm going to show her my hands. I'm going to start going into accenting that means we're right into a normal lifestyle. All these consistencies in my communication baseboard that I'm going to build up with this dog. And that is the key. Once we have that, we can grow the dog. Start going out in public and figuring out where her head's at when she gets out in public. It's not going to be anywhere but frantic, going crazy, barking at things, being overwhelmed by this world that she's not used to having to deal with. And if she has in the past, it's always probably been a very frantic, trauma-filled for the owner and the dog, right? We want to settle all that down and get her head in the right place, which means what? That her emotional states of mind are in the right place. That's what we're thinking about. As much as we are thinking about behaviors that you guys are always seeing people do, luring into sitting, luring into down, luring on, that all is secondary to me. It's where's the dog's head at in the work that really matters, and teaching them the basics of communication baseboard that we're going to instill in this dog, and then go from there. Zumi is only here for 2 weeks because the owners couldn't afford a full month and they were taken off on vacation. So we told them that we'd do the best job we can. We're going to do that, but she would be a lot better served with a full month under her belt because she has so much to go. This dog it could be a very good dog if we can balance her and bring her up, right? Same thing with Gonzo. That dog was totally out to lunch when I first started with him. He's doing so much better. Yes. And we'll figure it out. So this one, you notice how much I'm going back to this clicker because she needs to learn this more than anything else, right? That and the good duration marker, starting to instill a little bit of a note and some other things within our communication baseboard, which is to wait until the explosion release hits, they hear their name, all these patterns that we end up using to build the dog's mental ability to understand what we're trying to convey to them, right? They don't have a clue. It takes work. All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Zumi. Good girl. We'll walk around property, let her have some freedom, and then we'll go back to the kennel. Talk to you later.